Hi, I'm Shiva from Team 3 and we are going to be presenting on EOQ and Kanban, their advantages and disadvantages, along with a few examples of their usage in the practical world. Let's look at EOQ. What is EOQ or economic order quantity? An ideal order quantity that a company should order in order to minimize inventory costs such as holding, ordering, and shortage costs. Minimizing costs in all these departments ensures that there is reduction in wastage along with a significant boost to their profits. The production scheduling model was developed by Harrison Ford in 1913. However, the crucial thing to remember is that the formula assumes that demand, ordering, and holding costs remain constant. Now, let us look at some advantages of EOQ. There are 5 advantages that we will be discussing about. Minimizes storage and holding costs. Over a period of time, these can accumulate significantly and have a hit on the profits. Specific to the business, EOQ can be tailored according to the needs and requirements of the business or services offered. Better inventory management. Efficient businesses ensure constant rotation of their inventory and their products. Improved order fulfillment. The gap between order requirement and fulfillment is significantly closed by proper EOQ. And quantity discounts. EOQ is a game of quantity, so the higher quantity purchased, the better chances of receiving greater discounts, and that significantly changes how the business runs. Thank you. Now I leave it on to Himakshi for rest of the presentation.
Hello everyone, this is Hamakshi. I'll go through disadvantages of EOQ. The first disadvantage of EOQ model is that it is complicated math calculation. The EOQ model requires a good understanding of algebra. That's a disadvantage for small business owners lacking math skills. Additionally, effective EOQ models require detailed data to calculate several figures. The benefit of resolving the math is the ability to determine how much inventory should be attached to each order at the lowest possible cost. Keeping costs low will inflate margin and ultimately drive more revenue. Yogi software is one solution that may be worth the investment for small business owners lacking the time and capital to hire a consultant or employ for a regular calculation. The second disadvantage is that it is based on assumptions. The EOCO model assumes steady demand of a business product and immediate availability of item to be restocked. It does not account for seasonal or economic fluctuations. It assumes fixed cost of inventory unit, ordering charges, and holding charges. The inventory model requires continuous monitoring of inventory level. The effectiveness of basic EOQ model is most limited because the assumption of a one product business and the formula does not allow for combining several different products in same order. The third disadvantage is immediate availability of product and services. That's the biggest problem because it may be possible that supplier does not have raw material, and if the company needs immediate raw material for meeting unexpected demand, then it can lead to problem as EOQ model is based on the promise that the demand will be constant, which can predict it accurately. In simple words, if the company has good relationship with multiple suppliers, then it is not much of a problem. However, if the company is dependent only one or two suppliers for its raw material, then the company may face trouble following EOQ model. The next disadvantage is it requires continuous monitoring. Companies in case of EOQ are expected to constantly monitor reorder levels. As the level of raw material reaches reorder level, the company has to order from suppliers. This is where the company needs to employ staff so as to monitor the stock levels, which again is a time consuming as well as an expensive process. The last disadvantage that we figure out is it focused on accurate demand, not possible. One of the biggest disadvantage of EOQ model is that it is based on the assumption that demand for company's product will be forecasted accurately, which is in real life is not possible because demand for a company's product never remains static. Rather, it keeps changing, and if demand for good produced by the company rises or decreases substantially, then having EOQ system in a company is of no use. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm going to discuss about Kanban. Kanban is a Japanese word meaning visual. It is a lean workflow system introduced by Toyota Motor Company in Japan to improve their manufacturing efficiency. It is widely used in services and technology. Often works are invisible and intangible. So, this technique helps employees to visualize their work so they can understand and show others and keep everyone in the same page. Many uses this technique by using Kanban board, Kanban cards, and setting up with work in progress. It is a popular lean tool to reduce the idle time in a production process. It runs parallel with GIT system. In Kanban system, Kanban cards are the main instrument for tracking companies' work in progress, inventory movement on manufacturing line, and personnel assigned to a task or service, among other things. It keeps track of the tasks that are part of certain firm activities. All connected resources and staff are kept up to date on the progress, which might trigger or delay the task depending on the completion level. Advantages will be discussed by Bindu.
Hi all, I'm going to discuss about the advantages of the Kanban. Kanban is a very simple and easy to understand approach which makes it practical for the management of a company to apply effectively. And the second advantage is like helps direct reduction in costs and wastage of the company. Kanban distinguished itself by highlighting and resolving process issues. The Kanban system improves flow and management by assisting the organization in using its existing systems and also such as just in time and make to order to reduce carrying and holding cost. Kanban is extremely responsive system and does not cause lags or delays as the jobs are continuously transferred between the columns of Kanban cards, and any limiting constraints that may be holding back the total production are automatically highlighted and can be addressed as soon as feasible by shifting and switching resources from one to other tasks. And the fourth advantage is like Kanban improves companies' human resources effectiveness because the system necessitates continuous training, learning, and growth in staff competency levels. Employees are more likely to remember their work experience in the long run. Furthermore, the Kanban system is widely in team environments where employees have a sense of shared responsibility and harmony. This improves their decision making ability and increase the likelihood of innovations. And the fifth advantage is like the Kanban system promotes an continual and long-term improvement in a company's production system. Kanban includes not only manual rules or cards, but also representation of process outcomes, making task evaluation easier. This could also draw attention to other potential issues areas that require further attention. Now the cons will be discussed by my friend Catherine.
I'll be discussing Kanban disadvantages. Kanban can't stand alone tool. Kanban cannot be used independently. It is not an approach that can be applied alone. It can be combined with other activities of a company such as just in time, make to order, and more that makes this system more visible. Second, it does not fit in the environment that are not constant. This system thinks that plans are stable and consistent to a certain extent. It may become ineffective in industries where the activities are not static. The third is Kanban is unreliable. As the process continuously transferred between the columns of Kanban board, the timeline's estimation for completion of tasks becomes complicated. The reason for this is that Kanban acts only as a communicating port in a full production system. Fourth disadvantages would be It is hard to apply if it is used in too much activities. Kanban will become very difficult to apply for too much activities because this system enhances the probability of movements of goods and expertise amongst different tasks too often, and it increases difficulty to keep pace of all activities. And the last one, Kanban results to poor quality production. Kanban acts like a monitoring structure that makes the flow of a task easier. If any work done is substandard for the company, it would need a rework that could worsen the situation as it will require more time, resources to get done. Thank you.
So now taking an example, there are many companies that use EOQ for their orders. EOQ leads to savings, so it's beneficial for all the companies. EOQ is utilized in every sector in procurement process of inventory management. For example, McDonald's uses EOQ for finding the optimum quantity of raw materials to order to reduce the costs of producing food products. They use it by also taking into account the order cost and the inventory costs. This also allows McDonald's to reduce the need to place order too frequently and that there is not too much of inventory sitting on hand, while also making sure that all food standards of food safety and brand are met. So now to maximizing the savings, we are calculating the EOQ by taking an example. So, my McDonald's store which sells 100,000 hot drinks a year, let's assume the holding cost of this hot cup is 10 cents per year and the fixed cost related to is also 10 cents. So the EOQ calculated by the formula shown in the slide will be 447 cups. So, which implies each time this McDonald's store places an order for cups, it should be around 447 cups in order to maximize their profit and reduce their inventory costs. A very popular strategy among inventory management systems is called Kanban. A famous brand, Zara, uses Kanban as their strategy towards lean manufacturing. As fashion is ever-changing industry, they must keep up to date with fashion trends, which change as fast as a week or a month. So they want to keep low inventory on hand to accomplish this, otherwise they would have to mark down the clothes from the shelves to clear and make room for new. Sales manager at each store is responsible for this implementation of Kanban at their level. Sales orders are sent twice to the headquarters based on current sales data. The commercial team then finalizes the order after going through the trends and figures that are sent to them, and the new styles of clothing are shipped in as fast as 2 days of initial orders.